A beautiful weekend day! The family decided to exercise together. Warming up is an important step, even though everyone has their own way. The first game. Start simply. Not everyone. When playing with family, no one is left behind. The joy of sports helps the body feel more relaxed. When the family exercises together, every day becomes healthier and happier. A beautiful weekend day, a little tired.
It's past bedtime, but Bluey and Bingo are participating in an important challenge. Whoever falls asleep first loses. Bingo's eyes are getting heavier, as heavy as if he were wearing stones. Oh no, yawning is contagious, the most dangerous enemy of sleep. Just a quick nap for just 1 second. Ouch! Wake up! Gravity is winning. The little heads can no longer lift up. Okay then, maybe a soft fluffy pillow would help right now.
Oh! Huh?
The competition is over. It's a tie. Good night, angels.
Bluey gets lost in the giant sunflower forest.
Come on, let's go.
One peaceful afternoon, a strange object appears in the yard. Just bring it close. Something strange happens. It's not always attraction. A new game is quickly devised. Adding more people makes the challenge harder. 3 3 different directions. The same invisible force. No touch needed. Everything moves. When the game stops, the curiosity remains. There are things unseen, but always there. One fine day, the family decided to wash their beloved car. When you're too excited, things can easily become excessive.
Oh.
Doing things the right way makes the job easier. Saving money is part of caring for the environment. Safety is always paramount. It's okay to make a small mistake, as long as you know how to correct it. Being tidy helps things finish faster. When working together, the joy always outweighs the fatigue.
A small mistake, but it needs fixing immediately. Fixing things quickly doesn't necessarily mean fixing them correctly. One mistake leads to many other mistakes. When you rush, things get even more complicated. Just a little more, and everything will be much worse. Sometimes, you need to stop before fixing anything further. Correct fixes! Always start with the right place. And this time, everything was truly fixed.
Bluey goes on a treasure hunt.
Hey! Huh?
Uninvited guest.
The two fighters are in a meditative state, but wait, their radar has detected a target. Target landed, right in the forbidden zone, the wet nose. The whirlwind tactic failed. The intruders redirected their attack towards Mother. A passive attempt at shaking off attention. The ears are working at full capacity. They both decided to work together. Oh no! Serious traffic accident at the intersection. They decided to escalate the tension. The Clap with the Meatball campaign was activated. Is the war over or not? It seems this uninvited guest is still very stubborn. Sometimes before doing anything, both parties should discuss a plan beforehand. That was a perfect catch. Great job, Bluey. After all their efforts, the mother and daughter finally won against this uninvited guest.
A relaxing afternoon, Chili took the kids shopping. For Bluey and Bingo, every trip is full of fun. Shopping is also a way to learn how to help. Not everything needs to be brought home. Everything has its own order. Helping each other with small things makes everyone happy. The trip wasn't long, but it was full of experiences. Simple things make a day meaningful. One leisurely afternoon, Chili decided to organize a special activity. But for Bluey, playing sports always has to be different. A mini racetrack created right inside the house. The rules are simple, but the outcome is unpredictable. Winning isn't always guaranteed. But patience always brings joy. Sports don't need to be complicated. Just play together. A day of light exercise, but full of laughter. The secret painting. A large sheet of drawing paper is spread out on the floor. Paints, brushes, and crayons are placed around it. Mom, Dad, sister, and little brother look at one another. Dad gestures a rectangle in the air. We draw together. Dad sits down at one corner of the paper. Using a brush, he paints a simple house. Lines a bit rough but solid. Mom chooses soft colors. She paints flowers, trees, and the sky. Each stroke slow and gentle. Sister picks bright colors. She draws smiling people, arms and legs a little long, full of lively expression. Little brother sits right down on the floor. With crayons, he draws a big sun, coloring outside the lines, smudging a bit. The family steps back a few steps, seeing the whole painting for the first time. The house is off-center from the sun. The trees are bigger than the people. Colors don't match, lines overlap. They look at one another and burst out laughing.
Smelling flowers. Whoa! Bingo spotted a yellow flower blooming in the middle of the lush green grass.
Wow.
She approached curiously, her eyes wide as she admired the beauty of the little flower. She leaned down and took a deep sniff to catch the sweet fragrance. But then, the pollen made her little nose feel all ticklish.
Achoo!
She let out a
Achoo!
big
Achoo!
sneeze, making the whole flower and its petals flutter. Bingo looked at the flower in surprise, then gave a shy smile at the unexpected moment. She waved goodbye to the flower and continued her adventure in the garden.
Bluey and the balloon. Bluey is running from outside the house. She discovered something. It's a balloon. Bluey approached the balloon and picked it up.
Wow!
Bingo went outside and saw Bluey playing with balloons. Bluey tosses the balloon up into the air. The balloon was floating up when it was blown away by the wind. Both of them chased after the balloon. The balloon got stuck on the tree branch. Bluey and Bingo ran all the way there, very tired.
Huh?
Hey!
A simple task, just carrying a box. But when distracted, things start to get harder.
Huh?
When sharing the task, the risks increase. Slowing down isn't always the best approach if you don't know how. Sometimes, working together is the best way. But just one lapse in concentration, and everything goes wrong. Finally, the task is completed.
And it turns out, the important thing wasn't the box. Bluey decided to turn their home into a family sports day. The final station required coordination. Bluey tried her hand at the first race. The second station required dexterity. Bingo also wanted to join the challenge. The next station tested quick reflexes. Yahoo! Maintaining balance was a difficult challenge. Whoa! Everyone took turns.
Ha! Let's go!
The final station required coordination.
Yeah!
The final station required coordination. The family sports day brought laughter and positive energy. Bluey and Bingo just finished planting a little tree. But the weather started to change. A sudden gust of wind blew the little tree over. We all had to act quickly. Bluey cleverly came up with a way to save the tree. Everyone had a task. The little tree was saved. Taking care of a tree is like taking care of each other. After the first harvest, the whole family had a new idea. Vegetables from the little garden are ready to go into the kitchen. Preparing to cook is also a fun part. It doesn't need to be perfect, just try. Cooking always has unexpected moments. Homegrown vegetables have a very special taste. Meals taste better when they are made together. From the little garden to a happy meal. Bandit decided to spend the morning tending to his garden. But as Bandit got busy working, little mischiefs began to appear. Just a slight lapse in concentration, and the whole garden was thrown into chaos. Bandit began to realize that babysitting and gardening at the same time wasn't simple at all.
Aha!
Sometimes, even the most endearing acts of help can lead to a little accident. Hey! But in the end, the most important thing is the laughter and the moments with the family.
Huh?
A familiar courtyard suddenly becomes the setting for a new idea.
Aha!
When imagination begins, everything can be transformed.
Huh! Oh!
Hi!
And then, a special actor steps onto the stage. When you get too into character, things become hilarious. A fun performance requires seamless coordination. When everyone understands their role, the performance becomes complete.
Huh? Aha!
A little exaggeration spreads joy.
Yahoo!
Yee-hoo!
A small stage, but full of laughter.
Woohoo!
When we create together, everyone is an artist. With just imagination, joy can appear anywhere.
The most important thing was the journey together.
Oh!
There was no time to hesitate, only to run and find. When mistakes were made, they had to be corrected immediately. The search became more frantic with each passing second. This time, they felt they were close to the right place. And finally, they reached what they were looking for.
The treasure, it wasn't always gold. The most important thing was the journey together. As the afternoon draws to a close, the sky begins to change.
Whoa! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Each cloud seems to be telling a story. The sunset slows everything down.
Oh. Bye-bye.
The sun slowly prepares to go to sleep. The last light of the day is so gentle.
Whoa! Bye!
Another day is coming to an end. Silent moments are always memorable. Today ends on a warm note. This morning, Bluey unexpectedly sneezed just as she was getting ready for school. Staying home from school has its own set of appealing privileges.
A few minutes later.
But there was something that didn't quite feel like a normal cold. And so a special guest arrived. Strangely, just seeing a syringe, Bluey suddenly felt much better. Perhaps today, Bluey realized that pretending to be sick wasn't the best idea.
Bingo's misunderstanding. A typical afternoon with the family. But Bingo started to sense that something was off. And everything seemed to lead to a misunderstanding by Bingo. Bingo thinks that nobody wants to play with him. Bingo felt increasingly abandoned. She started thinking a lot. Meanwhile, the whole family started to notice that Bingo had disappeared. Nobody knows where Bingo is. They started looking for Bingo. Seeing the door to the Bingo room open, the whole family decided to go in and take a look. Bingo was sitting alone in his room and felt very sad because he thought no one cared about him. Still Bluey, she came up with an idea and asked her parents to join her in doing it. Implementation plan. Chili in room and chat with Bingo. Bingo said that people don't like him anymore. At that moment, Chili understood Bingo's thoughts. She hugged and comforted the little girl. The hug resolved everything, and the bingo game was more enjoyable. A small gift just for the little girl. And everything became warm again, just like before.
Behind the house, the small forest became the ideal spot for a camping trip.
Oh!
Bluey found a flat spot to pitch the tent. A clearing was chosen as the campsite. Bluey made use of whatever was available in the forest. The small tent frame gradually took shape. Bingo also wanted to help pitch the tent.
Hey!
Pitching a tent requires a little skill. The small tent began to take shape. Bluey checked to make sure the tent was standing firmly. The small tent was ready. A small campsite was completed.
Oh!
A small tent was enough for a fun adventure. Water volleyball. A scorching noon. The whole family fans themselves, sweat beading on their faces. Little brother spots a basin of water in the corner of the yard, his eyes lighting up. Dad brings out a volleyball. Mom places 2 basins of water facing each other. Sister signals to divide teams, standing on opposite sides. Everyone looks at one another and nods in agreement. Dad gently tosses the ball. Sister makes a clean return. Splash! The ball drops into a basin. Water explodes everywhere. Mom can't dodge in time. Part of her shirt gets soaked. Little brother jumps up to spike the ball. His hand slips. The ball flies off course. Splash! The ball lands right in Dad's basin. Dad is drenched from head to toe. The family stands in the middle of the yard, then burst into unstoppable laughter. The garden had so many plants that Bluey easily got confused while tending them. Bluey decided to draw a map of the garden. The map was checked right in the garden. Bingo and Bluey learned how to read the garden map. The map helped Bluey tend to each plant more accurately. The whole family used the map to tend the garden. garden was properly cared for. Thanks to the garden map, tending the plants became easier and more fun.
Just one small touch and it all began.
Huh?
Bluey decided not to say anything. The more you try to hide it, the easier it is to be discovered. And fixing isn't always simple. The truth can't be hidden for long. The truth can't be hidden for long.
Oh.
And this time, Bluey learned her lesson.
A peaceful morning begins with looking back at familiar things. Sometimes, all it takes is a little color. And then, an enthusiastic friend comes to help. When you're too enthusiastic, things can get a little overdone. Knowing how to choose the right approach makes the job easier. When everyone contributes, the picture comes alive. A little mess creates memorable moments.
A few minutes later.
When the work is finished, joy is evident in every color. A small task also brings about great bonding. When we beautify the house together, joy is also colored.
Bluey decided to play a little prank. But things didn't go as planned. Oh! And Bingo started playing the opposite way. The game quickly turned into a battle of wits. And the one who set the trap ended up falling for it. But the game wasn't over yet. And this time, adults joined the game.
Oh.
And it seems this battle will continue.
Bandit's father has a noble mission to take a family photo to send to Nana. It sounds simple enough. First, begin the process of adjusting the camera angle.
Come on, let's go!
Woo! Yes!
But working with children is like trying to stack water balloons. Nothing stays still.
Huh?
Hey! Hey!
The blue healer's concentration is legendary, unless a butterfly is flying by.
Oh!
It seems like the father is feeling quite helpless.
Oh.
What a happy family! Okay, it looks like everything will go smoothly. Bluey and Bingo have agreed to cooperate. They say photography is the art of arrangement, and sometimes art is a spectacular accident.
One afternoon, Bluey and Bingo wanted to watch TV, but the remote suddenly disappeared. The two sisters began searching the living room. Chili walked in and immediately realized something was wrong. And it turned out, the remote was just hiding under a pillow. Finally, their TV time could begin. But sometimes the remote likes to surprise people. A peaceful morning in Bluey's garden. But then, an unexpected discovery appeared.
Oh!
It seems like this is a treasure map.
Oh!
The little adventure began right in the familiar garden. On the way to find the treasure, the whole family continued to tend to their gardens. And then, the treasure was found! The treasure wasn't gold or silver, but the joy of family. A simple day, but a memorable one. The tree grows bigger every day, with the love of the whole family. There are little visitors who have come to the garden. Bluey is a little worried about his plants. It doesn't always need to be so forceful. Just help them find some depth in another spot. Protecting the plants is also part of caring for them. The peaceful retreat is back. Everyone has their place. Just know how to care for them properly. 5 minutes at the beach, sunny beach. The family arrives with arms full of gear. Tent, mat, beach bag. The kid bounces with excitement. Dad carefully sets up the beach tent. Mom spreads out the mat and arranges items neatly. The kid stares at the ocean, eyes sparkling. The moment Mom and Dad turn away, the kid runs straight into the water. A strong gust of wind blows. The tent flips and flies. The mat slides across the sand. Dad chases the flying tent. Mom grabs the mat. They exchange panicked looks. Cut back to the kid, still playing joyfully in the waves, waving happily at Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad look toward the water, worried but amused. The kid runs up from the water and hugs them. Broken window. A calm afternoon. A balloon floats gently in the air. The younger brother takes a run up and throws the balloon high. The balloon clips the edge of the window. Crash! The glass shatters, shards clinking as they scatter across the floor. The whole family freezes. Dad puts on gloves, carefully gathering each piece of glass. Mom lays down a large sheet of cardboard to cover the floor. The sister passes tape and a small broom. The younger brother hands over a cleaning cloth, stepping lightly. The last shard is placed into the bin. The family exhales in relief. Dad lifts the new glass panel, his hands slightly trembling. Mom holds the window frame, eyes focused. The glass slides perfectly into place. Dad tightens the screws. Mom checks the seal along the edges. Sunlight pours through the new window. The family looks at one another and smiles.
Oh!
And there was a small undecorated corner in the garden. Bluey came up with the idea to decorate it. The first stones were laid down. Bluey found more decorative materials. A gravel path gradually appeared. Bingo helped choose beautiful pebbles. The garden corner began to look neater. Bluey carefully arranged each detail. A small detail, made the garden corner stand out. Bluey's efforts were noticed by everyone. A small decorated corner was enough to make the garden more lovely. An ordinary morning. The yard. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time. And then, an unexpected visitor. Good intentions. Sometimes repeating things makes things more complicated. But instead of worrying, choosing to act together. When everyone pitches in, even difficult things become easy. Each person doing a small thing. Makes a big difference. A tidy space brings a pleasant feeling. And joy comes right into your own home. When you know a place, home will always be the warmest place.
Bluey and Bingo play football. Bluey and the unexploded balloon. Bingo is walking and singing.
Huh?
She saw Bluey playing with balloons. Suddenly, Dad came over and called Bluey. Bluey tied the balloon to one spot and went with her dad. Bingo came up with the idea of destroying the balloon. She went over to the balloon and took it down.
2 hours later.
When Bluey turned back, she saw that the balloon had been deflated.
Fly a kite in the wind. A windy afternoon in the garden. Bluey brought a kite with her. Today is the perfect day to fly a kite. That's right. If you have a kite, you need a string. Bingo is so clever. Now reattach the string to the kite before launching it into the blue sky. Okay, let's fly the kite up into the sky and pull it up. Come on, try to pull the kite as high as possible. It was windless at midday, so both of them had to use their strength. But there's a limit to one's strength, and after a long run, both of them were exhausted. Oh wow, the wind's picking up. Hey sisters, let's fly our kites again. That's great, the kite is flying. And so the windy day came to an end.